Hey guys, before we get started, I want to talk to you about Anchor. If you haven't heard about Anchor, it's one of the easiest ways to make a podcast. Let me explain. It's free. There's certain creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. Anchor will distribute your podcast for you so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more. You can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership, which is super simple and easy to do. It's everything you need to make a podcast, and it's all in just one place. Download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. Hey guys, this is Tommy.
And Adam, and we run the Ravens Flock group of alliances.
And we are here just to talk about Marvel Strike Force and all of life's matters, so we hope you enjoy. Hello, and welcome to another episode of, what did everyone want to call it, Flockcast? Let's call it Flockcast.
Flockcast, yeah, we can say
We'll call it
Flockcast.
So we're a little late. I wasn't feeling very well on
Mm.
Sunday. Now it is my Monday. It is 4:40 in the morning. I have work at 8 o'clock, so this works out pretty well for me.
Yeah, it's 1:30 in the afternoon, so I'm doing a day cast. So, good to change things up.
Yeah, okay, that works. That's a lot better for me then. Actually, a lot better for you. I wish it was 1:30 for me in the afternoon, because then work would always be done. But, yeah.
Exactly.
So
Yeah,
besides that, I hope today goes by better.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it should. So, I hope so. It's
Yeah.
always good to be good.
Oh, of course. I don't like to feel like crap and then miss on my recording. I actually got a message from someone asking if I was having trouble editing, but I was like half asleep when I saw it because I was only up for 4 hours total of the whole day. So I just looked at it and I was just like, and I just put it down. So that was great. So no, I did not have trouble editing. I just did not feel good. I did not want to be on. So that's where we're at now.
Better for us. It wouldn't want you to be like, okay, so Baron Zim, we don't want to hear that on the podcast. So
yeah, no, I didn't want to do that at all. It's a lot better now, so
yeah.
I can't complain. But so before we jump in, I wanted to say I logged into an old alternate account about 5 minutes ago, and they're just giving away free Taskmaster shards.
Oh yeah.
Like a
calendar.
Yeah, like a little calendar. I guess I don't know what it was for. I just saw it for a brief second and just closed out of it because I'm trying to log out of it. But I mean, there was at least 30 there for sure. I think maybe 15. But either way, it looks like a guarantee to unlock him if I didn't have him. So I was like, that's stupid. So I don't know how else to put that at all. But yeah, I just wanted to say that. I thought that was weird. If anyone else has seen that, I want to know. I want more info on that.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, I haven't heard about that. Interesting. Maybe one of our newer players can tell us about that. Maybe that's like a new player thing.
Maybe new players have been getting some great things that I wish I was around for when all that was coming out. So
yeah,
hey,
I know, right?
You lucky son of a guns. So, anyways, we got some new news. Well, slightly new news back on the 7th, and this isn't about Doom or Defenders. We're not actually going to even have to bring up Defenders, but
it's kind of about Doom. It's kind of about Doom.
Okay, well, the bigger part of the news, won't be about Doom, but we'll move there.
Yeah. So we can talk about the legendary trait change just to go over this briefly. That's the least interesting part of the news, so let's get that out of the way.
Yeah, that's a good thing because I want to theorize about that at some point.
Yeah. So basically, all of our legendary characters that come on the bi-monthly events on rotation, they're gonna get a new trait a new tag, so you'd be able to actually pull up just legendaries. So I'm wondering why. Like, is there something everyone needs? Like, to see what legendaries they have unlocked, or what like, I want to know why. Is there going to be future events, maybe, where you require just legendaries?
Did they pass that threshold that says, okay, they deserve their own their own trait now, their own little filter? I think something big is coming at some point. We know, like, when you first start the game, I know it's been a long time for a lot of us, Elektra, Crossbones, Deadpool, Thanos were considered legendaries, which I never considered them legendaries, but hey, sure, why not?
They won't have that. They won't have that trait though.
Yeah, those are coming off. Surprisingly, even though they made Iron Man like a lot easier to get for everyone now, he's just always there. I'm surprised he's actually keeping the legendary, because he's not mentioned at all in that listing.
Right.
But you know, who knows?
Yeah, it's interesting. A little bit makes you think. So yeah, we'll see what happens with that. Why they have the legendary trait? Why is it something now?
Yeah, something's got to come up. I mean, I haven't been in my character roster saying, you know what, I want to look at just my legendaries. Like, I haven't had that thought ever. So I would like to know where this is going, because why?
Also, if you read the news, they named all of them, but they put an asterisk next to Black Bolt.
I saw that.
So that's something else to think about. Anyway, enough of the conspiracy theories.
Let's talk about Baron Zemo.
Yeah.
Baron Zemo was portrayed very differently in Captain America Civil War movie. You know, I didn't even get to see his purple mask with his white glove. Yeah. Speaking of that, why did villains in comics, if you look at the old comics, they always had green and purple highlights.
Yeah, that's
it was true. Always green and purple. I never understood that. I didn't know if why does purple got to be a bad color? Like, come on. But anyways, I know Baron is going to be coming up in Falcon Winter Soldier, so that's a thing. Hopefully his costume looks just as badass.
Well, they were showing teasers, and it kind of looked like Baron Zemo was wearing a mask, similar to his comic. So, knowing the MCU, they're not going to make it bright purple exactly. They're going to kind of grime it up a little bit, but I'm thinking he's going to be wearing the mask in the TV show.
It could always be like that weathered, beat up, like color of purple, like it's just faded but darker in some areas where it shouldn't be.
Something like that, yeah.
Or they'll just go common and they're like, yeah, so we just got this metal mask and we just put it on him. Like, okay. But
yeah, they'll do something, but it'll have a similar look, I presume. I just don't think it'll be purple like that.
I mean, he looks cool, but whatever. Oh, I mean, if you look at him, he looks like a. You kind of want to think he's part of Cobra.
Yeah, exactly. I always see this mask, and I always think he's kind of like imitating Red Skull, in a way. Like he's trying to be like Red Skull, but like a modern version, in my opinion. Somehow, Like, look at that picture on the news site. Yeah, kind of like maybe. Just my opinion, though.
He is, he is following, Red Skull. I mean, he was part of that, so hey, he's there.
Right, exactly.
So let's jump into Baron on the game, and one of the two things I'm excited for, as I am a fan of Winter Soldier from the comics before movies and stuff came out. Winter Soldier and Crossbones
are getting
reworks, along with Hydra Grenadier.
Yeah, he's the left out minion. He literally has no synergy with Red Skull, so it was just a minion on the side. So they just had to shoehorn him in to give him I don't know, to give him synergy.
They wanted to give
Hydra.
him something.
Hydra 2.0. Let's call it that.
Yeah, nobody really wanted to use him. I mean, I tried using him. I was like, you know what? Nah. He could be used, and I used him one time, and I was like, nah. fuck that guy. So it's going to be interesting. So he's going to have increased damage coming up. He's actually going to gain more focus, 40%.
Yeah. And also the Hydra allies get more as 40%. So anyone on his team will get more. We'll get 40% more focus, which is I'll pull the stats, but that's not a bad thing at all.
No, and then as long as he's on a team with Zemo, he's going to get plus 20% damage. So I don't really know how his damage sits now, but he could be helpful.
Yeah, he could definitely be helpful.
I mean, if you want that AOE damage, so I mean, I'm thinking of Punisher. When he shoots out his grenade, maybe somewhere like that. He's gonna have something. But it's Grenadier, so I know everyone's kind of like, why? But hey, maybe it can be helpful. I would have thought maybe his corrosive grenade would add a debuff or something, or like a bleed of some way, but it's just increased damage. So I felt like that would have made the team a little bit more deadlier if he had a bleed. But so many characters have bleed now, so I guess I can't put that past them.
Right.
So I don't know.
Something.
He's gonna be useful though. I mean, I can't say anything bad about him as long as he's gonna be used. I don't like having tunes on my roster that aren't being used. And I've always said everyone's gonna become usable at some point. I'm just waiting for that hand remake, that rework.
Foxnet did say that. They did say that there will be no more useless tunes, so everyone will get reworked into some team eventually. So this is good that Crossbones, who I've never had a problem with, actually, I still kind of use him on my tech team. If you give him offense up and he goes off, that's pretty good damage. I know everyone looks down upon him, but I've never really. I mean, he's not on my top tier team, but I definitely use him on war offense with he's on my team with Ultron, so when he gets offense up, it's
Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, no, that would work. I mean, no one cares about him, but they always want to attack him first because they don't want that explosion. So clearly, he still had some sort of small threat depending on his levels. But he's definitely getting a change too. His base stats
are going up.
His health, damage, and armor.
Not quite as squishy, so now when he taunts, is actually going to be worth something. Before his taunt was more of a detriment than it was
I felt weird that he was a protector. Like I just didn't see him as I just see him as just a damage. Like I didn't really see him. Like he only had one use, and that was just exploding. But
3% more armor, 10% more health is kind of becoming tankier for sure.
Well, yeah, especially that because he can heal himself now.
Yeah. So when you use that taunt on his wrath, he will definitely heal himself.
Yeah,
that's for sure.
That's gonna be annoying for sure.
100%.
And then if Zemo is an ally, he heals himself for 30% instead. So I mean, yeah, he's I get tired of when it's protectors that can heal themselves like that. He's like, oh, he's almost dead, and he gets that one move pulled off, and he's like, oh, now I have to really hit him hard. Yeah. So I'm just like, oh, fuck. This is going to hurt. This is going to hurt. But, hey, we'll have to see how he plays out. It's going to be interesting, I'll say the least.
Exactly.
And what about Winter Soldier? What do you have on Winter Soldier?
My opinions? I don't know. He's going up. He's getting more health, which is good for him. He's not going to be as squishy. Obviously, he's speed, which is, if you know the game, speed is king in some ways. He's going to be able to go first. He'll be like going first. And I think Zemo is going to be manipulating. If we go through his kit just now, he's going to be manipulating more speed anyway.
Yeah, he definitely is. I mean, I liked him for his heal block, like back in the day before we had synergy. So I mean, it's going to be different though. His His special is getting a change too. 210% damage. He's gonna apply bleed. And oh no, it looks like I lost her. There he goes.
Yep. So
It threw me off right there. I just heard some noises and then bam, he was gone. I was like, oh, I was talking awkwardly. I was scared. I didn't know what to do with my life.
well, I'm back now. I'm back.
No, so Winter Soldier's gonna have that update for 210% damage, and he's gonna apply bleed, and he has a bonus attack of two times for 150% damage plus 75% chance to apply bleed. So he's gonna apply even more bleed than what he used to.
Yep, exactly. Yeah, I mean, there's a good thing, like I was saying before the interruption, is that he's getting 10% extra speed. So, speed is king, if you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
And with Zemo himself, I think he's going to be manipulating the speed. So, these guys going off quick. It's
you're going to see these guys as a war defense. The way that he's getting his speed, the increased damage that's going up.
Sorry, what?
you think they're going to be a war defense?
No, they're definitely going to be a war attack, 100%. These guys are geared. So. These guys are geared towards as a Hydra counter.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense because you said what was it? No, not you said in the news notes that he's geared to taking down minions specifically.
Yep. Minions specifically, and when he takes them down, they stay down. He can't be revived. So he's basically doing what Black Bolt does now.
Yeah, sorry, I was just sending a message.
Yeah. He attacks primary for 450. If the target is a minion, that's 900% damage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess that makes more sense than I should have thought about that.
Plus 20% piercing, and if the minion is killed, and if he kills a minion, the minion cannot be revived.
Nope, not at all. Yeah.
So I mean, plus he gains 5,000% extra focus, and it's unavoidable, and it cannot be blocked. So he's basically gonna he's the Zemo Hydra team is basically nullifying any Hydra defense completely.
Yeah, because the only thing you had before was Black Bolt, so now you're going to actually have a second option for taking them out. And luckily, we only have to unlock Zemo because everyone should pretty much already have the other three characters.
Yeah, exactly. So what I was saying as well, I mean, he's manipulating speed. So if you look at his passive, he gains 40% speed himself. And then any non-minion Hydra ally gains 40% speed. So whatever the speed of Winter Soldier is now, which is pretty high, I think. I don't think he has he doesn't have low speed. Winter Soldier is going to be basically gaining 50% of that.
Yeah.
So I mean,
yeah, I don't know what his speed is at as of right now. I really don't. I haven't touched him in so long. So
his speed is 91 as of now. His base speed right now before this rework. So you want to add? He's going to have 100 speed because you're going to add 10% to that, right?
Yeah.
And then he's going to get another 50%. So he's going to have a speed of 150. Comparison. Let's see. Other than obviously Thanos and Negasonic Teenage, he's going to be getting, in terms of base speed, he's going to be getting like say what? Hold up. He's going to be getting a lot of speed. He's going to get a lot of speed. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah.
You know.
No, I mean, yeah, I think for sure we'll see that happening because I mean, like you said, speed is king, and him having extra speed is probably what's going to help that team out the most with his attacks, all his bleed attacks.
Black Widow was 155 speed, and she was one of the fastest in the game at one point. If you look at the speed of Korath, he's also pretty fast. His speed is 114.
Yeah,
so
I haven't even used him in a while either. But yeah, no, he's pretty quick. I don't think I've ever really used Black Widow on a team that I remember.
And also, to answer your question, they definitely war offense. If you look at Zemo's passive again on war offense, he's getting specific buffs for war offense. Enemy minion, on enemy minion's turn, he gets an evade. And up to maximum of 3 to self and all adjacent. So anyone next to him will get an evade.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
So going back to the Red Skull Hydra defense, they're not going to touch 3 of them, at least.
Yeah.
And he's just going to wipe them out. So, I mean, it looks like Zemo is doing a lot of the work, to be honest. The buff increases of Winter Soldier and Crossbones, they're good. And then the Hydra Grenadier, they're good. They make them a lot more viable, especially out of war or out of the team itself. But yeah, I mean, they're not going to be touched by Hydra. It looks like it's going to be Hydra versus Hydra, you know.
And that's of course who we would see anyone pick as their 5th. I mean, I know they also add Red Skull because he's getting one update to his thing. But if someone has their full Red Skull team on defense, they're going to be adding a fifth member to that team. Unless they add a healer.
I mean, the thing is, if everyone gets Zemo, we have to look at how he's unlocked. But if everyone gets him, and then everyone builds up the 4 members, because remember, this Hydra team is only a 4-member team, isn't it? Yeah, 4-member team. You'd be shoehorning someone onto that team who's not Hydra. But if everyone gets Zemo, if he's like a 45 shot unlock or something, and most people get him, you're not going to find Hydra on defense anymore. People are going to just rip them out and be like, what's the point? You know? If you have Zemo, take him out. And if you have an alliance of 24 Zemos, you're going to have a sure win on a defense. You know what I mean? Almost a sure win against them, in my opinion. So you're going to be taking out that, I think. I might even, if I get my Zemo high enough, I mean, I have a decent crossbones, and I have a 6 Red Star Grenadier, and I have my Winter Soldier I didn't touch, but it wouldn't be hard to build him. So if I build them up and I shoehorn some other character into that team, I'm taking them. That's my any Hydra I encounter, I'm taking them out, kind of thing, you know.
Yeah, I mean that's what he's going to be saved for, and it's crazy because even in our wars, I run into Asgards and mercenary teams more still than I do with any Hydra teams, which is interesting because of how long he's been out for a while. But I still run into those 2 the most.
Because we have a policy in our alliance, the Black Alliance, that we normally try and economize our attacks, right? Meaning we don't want to go too high on an overpower attack, or we want to use the right teams for the right place. Try and like get the most out of the minimum of 8 attacks. Get the most damage out of that. And we have a written rule that it doesn't matter for Hydra. Don't go in without, because Hydra can defend against a lot of teams. But we say if you have your Black Bolt in humans, doesn't matter what power, if it's like a 200k Hydra and you have like a 400k in humans, use it. Take out the Hydra so we can move on. That's been our policy. So we don't care about the overpower factor of that. But now I'm saying with Zemo being basically a direct counter. And remember, his kit doesn't say Hydra, it's minions. He hates minions. Yeah. So, I mean, you're going to have Coulson's shield. There's how many people are minions on that team? 3.
Yeah.
You take out Medic, he can't be... or you take out any of the other ones, they can't be revived. And, I mean, also, Healer revives. But, I mean, Healer herself is a minion, so to take that out, I mean... So Coulson gets negated in a way. Asgard, they should be okay against these guys. They're not minions either.
Oh no, but I didn't mean it like
No,
them fighting
I'm trying
those
to
two.
run.
But
I'm trying to run through the meta attack team, defense teams, and see how much because these guys will become one of the meta attack teams right now.
of course,
but, like I said, Zemo is really geared against hating minions more so than Deadpool was at one point.
yeah,
he really hates minions.
the one thing I'm gonna be looking for is to see who fills in that fifth slot. I know it sounds stupid, but I might as well just throw in Kingpin and get that defense up. But just piss off Zemo and just summon more minions for him because that's gonna make him upset.
Yeah.
No, I really don't know who that fifth.
They will bring in. Rumors are saying, and these rumors are pretty solid when they say it's probably going to be Madam Hydra later down the line.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So that'll probably be the fifth member to round out the team. It's not my prediction. One of our alliance members predicted that, but secret. I'll give him a shout out. But it looks like it's going to be Madam Hydra. I mean, the only other person really, I don't know, maybe Baron Strucker. You know, he could come in.
That would be cool. I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing him. But hey, you can bring Madam Hydra in too. I don't know how. I don't really know how they're gonna work unless they're gonna bring in someone who's gonna focus as a support character for healing. But I mean, there's plenty of teams that are full teams that don't have healing at this point too. So I don't know. That would be really interesting to see. I don't put it past them. I don't put it too past them though. I mean, if they are gonna bring in that other character, I would give it like 2 months before it's announced.
Right. So I mean, yeah.
Sorry,
okay.
I saw you had to do something. Yeah, you could go ahead and do that.
Okay.
I typed something in there and it totally messed up.
Yeah, that's why I was like, eh. No, so anyway, yeah. So this new Hydra team, I'm excited for it. So yeah.
Yeah, I think the new team would work out pretty well. So depending on how everything pans out, I'm going to be more curious as to what his unlock is going to be. Hopefully, it's not going to be another 100 shards, but I don't know. We might be able to see it go up there. 100 shards, sometimes it's going to be a pain in the ass. He could be in the Blitz coming up, but then they just had Beast in there too, so they might rotate that out. If anything, too, he could just be the... oh man, what's that stuff called? In the milestone. The milestone was like X marks the spot, or like Spider-Man symbiote. We could see Baron pop up in there for that. So hopefully he's not a pain in the ass to unlock, and we can get him without much struggle. Or who knows, they might pull out the you must have your Hydra at 5 stars to get Baron. I wouldn't put that past them either. So who knows? If y'all have any idea, let us know. See what you think on how we would be unlocking Zemo, unless they've already said it and I wasn't paying attention. But yeah, let us know, guys. We want to know. So yeah, that's enough about Zemo. Let's see how everything pans out. So next up that we saw was Do More. I know a lot of people were hoping and waiting for Do More. I don't know about the specific title, but we were waiting for new campaigns to come out. I know we got tired of just sitting and not doing anything for campaigns. I myself wanted a new campaign. So Do More. We are having a whole new section added. We are going to be fighting against Dr. Doom. Of course, she would be later on in Dark Dimension 4, but that's a whole other topic. So this is just a chapter 1 of Do More campaign. You do have to have chapter 8 of Nexus completed if you do want to participate in chapter 1 of Doom of War. So Doom of War, yeah, Do More. So hopefully more come out, but if they ended after just one chapter, I mean, sure, why not? Now, specific characters are going to have to be used again, just like the last one's coming out. So we do have missions 1 through 3 for Mutant Hero. I just hit my mic. Oops. For Mutant Heroes and Inhumans. So your Inhumans are going to have to be geared to this. Mystic 1 to 3. Missions 1 through 3. So Mutant Hero and Inhuman. Missions 4 to 6 are going to be Mystic Hero and Guardians. And missions 7 to 9 are going to be Shield, Wave 1 Avengers, and Fantastic Four. So that's going to be its whole other thing. So Shield is still going to be being used. I know Shield was being used in I think it was the Hero campaign. I don't remember. But yes, in Wave 1 Avenger specific. I don't know. I might be using Fantastic Four and Shield more than that, but I mean, who knows? Wave 1 probably isn't that bad. It just depends on how these teams are going to be set up in these campaigns. So hopefully that doesn't go too well. Hopefully that goes well. I can't talk, guys. I'm still recovering from earlier, so leave me alone. Now, the rewards for Doom War are going to include the superior gear pieces required for Tier 14. So if you've been trying to build to it or haven't thought about it, that's going to be a good time to get in there and start getting your characters to Tier 14. Get ready for Dark Dimension 3, and you can move on. And we're also going to have shards for Thor and Negasonic Teenage Warhead.
Yeah, I can't wait for that. Yeah. So this Doom War campaign, it's
yeah,
I don't know, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I went through and said about the Chapter 1. Gotta have Nexus Chapter 8 unlocked. I'd let them know of the missions and who's going to be used. Personally, in missions 7 to 9, I don't know if I'm going to be using Wave 1 Avengers. I'll probably be on Shield and Fantastic Four. But that's just me.
Fantastic Four doesn't include Namor, huh?
Probably not. He doesn't have doesn't have that tag.
He doesn't. So
no.
Yeah, we'd have to figure out a fifth for that. But yeah, those seems like solid. I mean,
you could throw Captain America in there. Provides energy and he has the taunt. And the block. So I mean, if you need it, I'm pretty sure. I hate those missions where you have to protect specific characters.
Oh yeah.
And if you don't go in there with the right protector and a good healer, like you're gonna lose that.
Well, what you could do is cloak them. If you cloak them, they tend to last longer. Especially the ones. I don't know if you remember in the campaigns, there was one campaign in Nexus where you had to protect civilians.
Yep, I hated that one.
And those civilians don't actually have any moves.
Nope, they don't. You can heal them, which was nice. You can heal them,
but they don't have moves. So if you cloak them, they never get uncloaked because they don't have a turn. So
yeah, I never thought of that. I've always thrown in because I believe Hulk is in that one as a given character.
Yeah,
and I had Cage in there, so I would put Cage on one end, and Hulk, because Hulk was always like to the left, so I would let Hulk taunt, and then that's when I would do like my heals and everything, because I wouldn't throw in Iron Fist. I would have, this was early in the game too at the time. I think I had Night Nurse, and I would have her. Well, I mean, this was the game was just out. That Night Nurse at the time was like the best healer to have.
Yeah.
So I would have her heal them, and when Hulk's taunt finished, I threw up Cage's taunt. But at the same time, we didn't get energy, we didn't get all those other cool little buffs. No, his was just a taunt, and you just had to hope for the best. So I mean, it's a lot easier now.
Yeah, now it is definitely. But no, for sure. I mean, those Doom campaigns, I'm excited for the ability to farm superior gear, because that's been the bane of a lot of people's existence. Especially the mini uniques, they hardly pop up. The ones you want, at least. So it'd be nice to be able to actually, just farm them out of this. So probably going to be a very tough campaign, I feel. I don't think this is going to be an easy walkthrough. Mutant heroes. You can use Beast, like an X-Men Beast team without Phoenix if you want to, or even with Phoenix, because as long as you have Beast on the team, you can still 3-star it when Phoenix dies.
Yeah, because he has that trait.
That might
not
be
that
why they
trait,
released
but
Beast. Thinking about it.
Because that's the whole thing he was geared towards for Phoenix. So you can. I have been working on my X-Men. I remember the last time we talked about it.
Yeah.
If you remember, I said my Beast was still new. He was only like at 10K at the time.
Mm-hmm.
He is tier 13 now, sitting at 42K. I need more stars for that power to go up. I definitely need more stars. But the team has been working out pretty well with raids. I haven't used Phoenix in raids. I usually throw in either Wolverine or Storm. My Wolverine's a little stronger, so I throw him in there for sure. So using as mutant heroes, I'm still not 100% sure yet, but my team is stronger than it was before. I've been working on them specifically for like the last week we had the podcast. So they're all sitting at 40K per tune.
Yeah.
I don't know why I stopped working on Phoenix when she hit gear tier 10. I think that's when Beast dropped, and then I just went and straight focused him, and then I focused Cyclops, and then I only had one gear to put on Wolverine. I never noticed to get him to tier 13. I don't know how long he's been sitting there like that. So I did that today. I'm probably gonna go back and finish Phoenix and get her to tier 13, and then I'll probably finish Colossus and then Psylocke. I'm gonna touch Storm, but she's gonna be my last one.
No, but Storm and Beast really synergize well, hey. So I might want to change your priority on Storm.
No, they do. I tried them both. I have tried them both. Wolverine still has his abilities that can sync with the rest of the people, along with Beast, and then of course Storm just has a higher one. I just don't care for Storm too much. That's just me. But I'm not gonna like put her to the side and say, "Oh, I don't like her. I'm not gonna use her," as that brings up memories. But she's gonna be used. If anything, if I do start using her, she might be thrown in there for raids. If anything else, but for my arenas though, I'll throw in Wolverine sometimes just to have some fun.
Oh, yeah. So no, yeah, I agree with you. It's a thing that works as well. I mean, whatever you're comfortable with, I guess, right?
Yeah, I mean,
if
like
it
I said,
works, it works.
Yeah, I'm not putting Storm off completely. If she has the energy and you use, you can stun people and block them. That's really helpful.
True.
But I don't know. Sometimes I like to go straight for damage, and that's kind of why I have Wolverine in there.
Right. Well, you can always, if you don't have whatever, you can always amalgamate the between. You can put BB and Black Bolt and Yo-Yo plus 3 mutants if you want. I mean, depends on your makeup. So that's something we could do.
Yeah.
Yeah. So. And then
I'm getting Black Bolt this time.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, his event starts in 13 hours as of this podcast goes on.
Well. So then so for the next section we need to have Mystic and we need to have heroes. Mystic heroes. So let's see. And Guardians.
Let's check out the Mystic heroes. I can pull up both because this is going to be interesting because
not that many. You have one page of Mystic heroes.
Yeah, there's not. The last time you even had to do anything with Mystic was villains, and that was to get Phoenix. So yeah.
So you have Iron Fist, Thor, Scarlet Witch, Heimdall, Ghost Rider, Doctor Strange, Elsa Bloodgood, America Chavez, Black Panther, and M'Baku. Those are the 10 Mystic heroes. Plus you have your Guardians. So Rocket, Groot, Star-Lord, blah blah blah.
Most people are going to have Guardians. If you wanted to use Mystic heroes, you basically have your Supernatural team. It's just going to be filling in that 5th block.
You have 3 of them. 3 of the Supernaturals. You need to put 2 in. Oh, you have 4 of the Supernaturals. My mistake. So
I was like, wait, hold on. When did the change?
You're right. You're right.
I was so scared. I don't know who I would put in there. Maybe American Chavez or M'Baku, maybe just because M'Baku has the taunt.
Yeah, but M'Baku is I don't know. I don't even like him on the Wakanda team. But America Chavez is an option. Iron Fist, if you have him built up from the old days, you could use him just to be he won't heal anybody, but he would at least be able to use his ult to maybe clear 1 or 2 people out.
Yeah. I'm
Guardians,
not sure about
if you're gonna mix Guardians, you could probably put Star-Lord next to Ghost Rider. So Ghost Rider can have a special and ult more often.
I mean, if someone has a full Guardians team, they'll probably just go with there because that's gonna have that's gonna be the better team.
Yeah,
if you think
but again,
about it.
we need to see how because Guardians I think are worse off now than Defenders are. Yeah, I think Guardians are the worst good team, if you know what I mean.
That's fair.
Yeah. So depends how hard the mission is. If your Guardians, you might need like a 400, 500k Guardians team. I don't think they're going to make this campaign easy for anybody because of the mere fact that they're giving out superior gear to allow you like mini uni is what they call it.
As long as you can beat a couple, maybe a few of those nodes are going to help these people get a few tunes to hit that tier 14 or higher. So that can start getting them closer and closer to what they need to get progress further. And because I remember when the newer campaigns popped out a while back, at the time I couldn't do some of them. Like I was only able to get to maybe halfway. And then at the end, I was like, "Oh, I can't 3-star these." But I just kept replaying the other ones that I did 3-star, and then eventually I was able to knock them all out. So I mean, hopefully, that will work. My Inhumans are definitely not stronger than my mutant heroes, but I am gonna work on them soon because even without Black Bolt, the Inhuman teams are pretty good.
Yeah.
Or team. There's only really one team, but they're actually a pretty good. They're a pretty good team. So I wouldn't sit on them for too long. I mean, they can be really helpful. They've helped me a lot actually in war. I can say that.
So also on top of that, we're going to be getting Negasonic Teenage Warhead coming to the final campaign. So to farm them for Dr. Ock, that's coming up. And my prediction, when I was saying that I think X23 or Domino will become a raid store farm, I think that might happen because Thor is getting his own node, which means he won't be needed in the raid store, so they might just take him out and put in either X23 or Domino into the raid store as a replacement.
Let me ask you this. Do you even need Thor stars at all?
I maxed him ages ago. Like with my
Same.
My strategy for raid stores, I don't buy the character shard so often. If I'm really farming for somebody, like when I was farming for Thor initially when I wanted to get Black Bolt, if I see him, I'll buy him. But my general strategy is I would save about 30,000 raid credits through the milestones and winning raids and whatever. And I would take that down in one sitting. I would take it down to 5,000. So I'd spend 25,000 raid credits a raid season. So once every 2 weeks. And that would give me a ton of shots at a cheaper cost. Sure, you rely on RNG. You might get a lot of Grenadier. Grenadier? No. Which one was it? One of the Hydras. And you might get a lot of hand sentry, but you still get your thing. So I managed, out of everybody, the only one who isn't maxed right now, I can tell you, is, from me at least, I have maxed everybody except Namor. And Stitch. Namor and Ravager Stitcher are the only two that needs to be maxed, and they're almost there. Stitcher is 229 out of 300, and Namor is 150 out of 300.
Okay.
So doing that way, I've managed to pretty much max everybody in the raid store. So yeah, to answer your question, no, I don't need Thor. But the fact that they're moving him out of raid store, which is where he's been for a while, and giving him his own node, makes me think they're going to introduce, because it's been a while. Namor was the last one to be introduced into the raid store.
Yeah.
And the fact that they are moving Thor out to his own campaign node makes me think they're going to replace Thor with one of the two X-Force members that are remaining.
I just find it weird that Thor is going to even have. I mean, we could have just used someone else there. I mean, they might as well just put Sif. Like, just take her out from the War Store, and you could have put Sif as I almost said Stiff. You could put Sif as a on a node instead of Thor. Because I mean, I'm sure there's going to be some who don't have Thor, but I mean, Sif would have been such a better one.
Right, but they were looking at the fact that they want to make it harder, I think, to get Black Bolt for new players, and to farm from campaign nodes has always been more tough. I mean, it's always available, but you can only do it once a day for free, or you have to start refreshing with cores, and you don't get that much. You know, you guaranteed 5. You guaranteed 5 in the War Store. You're not guaranteed 5 on the node. You guaranteed 0, 2, 4, maybe 6. And then if there's a double drop day, you'll get 12 or whatever. But I mean, generally speaking, it's tough. It's a little bit more tough to farm off nodes. So I'm thinking for the new players who can just buy Thor, I'm thinking they're trying to make it a little bit more difficult to get Black Bolt, because Black Bolt is powerful right now. Still powerful. He hasn't been power crept on yet. That's just my opinion. I mean, I can see from a business point of view. You know, no one will buy, like you and me. We're not going to buy Thor shards because we've maxed them out. But someone who started a month ago and like, oh, now I can go for Black Bolt. You know, now with this update, maybe not so easily. You know?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that makes sense. I guess just for me, I see that I'm just like, ugh, why? Like I look at it instantly. And,
yeah, but this is all conjecture on my point, because they might not remove Thor from the raid store, so they might end up making him easier to farm for people that make it through the Doom campaign. I mean, he is on Doom 1 to 6. He's on 1-6, so you'd have to beat 6 nodes to get Thor.
Yeah.
So they might make it a bit easier if they don't remove Thor from raid store.
Yeah,
so he can go either way.
He's definitely there. Yeah, he's definitely up there. So I mean, hey, maybe it's a good thing. Maybe for those that, like I said, new players that don't have him, but we're gonna find out soon. We're definitely gonna find out soon.
Because Doc Ock is coming, and they should. They've only done it once where they haven't done that for Black Bolt. I don't see Doc Ock being as powerful as Black Bolt is. So I'm thinking they're going to make the 3 new X-Force members farmable more soon. Like soon. Within this patch at least. So we know Negasonic is coming to Doom campaign. The other 2 we don't know, but I'm going to predict one will go to the War Store, one will go to the Raid Store. That's my prediction.
Well, we're gonna find out soon. It's not like they're too far off, so we're definitely gonna see what happens coming up soon. I mean, so far,
the next patch.
Yeah, Scopely hasn't been doing anything that I've hated.
Yeah.
You know, well, the crazy thing that they are doing is they're dropping some sales like crazy, though.
What else? The one thing they are doing is releasing super powerful characters as non-legendaries. I mean, look at Zemo's kit. It's like a novel, you know. And then the last update with Emma Frost, she is like powerful. So they're releasing a lot of these tunes like that, like really powerful tunes. Makes me wonder if they're changing strategy on something. You know?
I mean, they could be. I mean, I don't know.
And both of these, Emma Frost and Zemo, are messing with speed. Not many characters mess with speed the way they do.
But you do still have a lot of the same people that were with Foxnex working on everything. So are these characters that they've already had planned with their stats prefigured? Or these could just be something that Scope is like, let's just scratch it and redo it. So I mean, that's kind of like the tricky part too, is like, well, what's going on here?
Because I mean, everybody here except Grenadier. Grenadier gains a lot of focus. Okay, so focus is also pretty important. But he gives 40% extra focus to all his allies. And Crossbones is getting an additional energy on spawn if Zemo's an ally. So the minute he's down, he gets an extra energy. And if I remember, his blast comes with one addition. You need one energy for his blast. His first turn, you taunt. His second turn, you get the blast. So if you have that additional energy, he's got the blast from the get-go.
Yeah.
He's got his ult is available turn 1. And if his ult is available turn 1, that's a speed change. You know? It's an indirect speed change. Winter Soldier's getting additional 50 speed. Zemo himself is getting speed changes. I mean, yeah.
So I mean, we're gonna have to have the debuffs of slowing down and ability blocks just for those guys.
Well, that's if you get a turn to do it. That's the point.
Well, that's how mercenaries are, and they're a bitch in war right now.
Well, we have to do the calculation. I haven't sat down and done it, but who knows? Maybe Hydra is faster than them. Though the new Hydra is faster than them in terms of offense, so there might even be a mercenary counter.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, I just knowing right now, mercenaries are a pain in the ass. Right now.
That's true. But I mean,
they're a pain in the ass.
They're only real true counter, and Black Order is a counter to everything. They pretty much counter them. There's a technique you can use. It's with Thanos. If you use his basic twice in a row before using his special and ultimate, that pretty much lets you punch up big amounts. Last war, I punched up about 50k using that technique. They pretty much that Black Order pretty much takes out mercenaries if you have them. But if you don't have them, I don't know. There are other teams, obviously, but I don't know. I only used the Black Order, to be honest, on mercenaries. That's my tactic. But yeah, I agree.
It could work. Or not could work. I mean, it definitely is working. You know, if you're getting it through, it's just. I really just hate dealing with them. Like I just make sure if I go in there, I'm like, I'm just gonna throw my Shiri, just throw that defense up early. That usually keeps my guys alive, and I'm like, okay, it's time for me to attack. Like,
yeah.
And then I hit it. So, but I think with going through everything, we hit a lot.
Right.
I think Baron coming out is going to be a huge change. We're just going to have to see how it works out, how fast they can be against mercs, and then who are we going to use to take them out. So I mean, we have a lot to digest. It's going to be a lot to see who we're going to look at to use, because a lot of these really fast teams are hurting most of the roster because none of them are
fast enough.
Yeah, they're just not. So. We're definitely going to have to see how it's going to play out because I don't know.
And that's why Black Order works against mercs, is because Thanos is extremely fast. I mean, for him to become empowered has infinity speed. That's literally written on his gear, infinity speed. So.
Well, all right then. Okay, yeah.
He's going first, no matter what. To become you can't stop him becoming empowered. He's going to be empowered before anything else in that game. And then he has like 260 something speed, I think. Don't quote me on that, but he has a high speed to go first anyway. So he basically beats mercenaries to the pip already. So if you have speed to beat mercenaries, you need speed. And if the new Hydra is faster, if we can do the numbers on that, then that's something,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's gonna be something for sure. It's definitely gonna be something for sure. I mean.
So yeah.
I'm waiting for it.
Yeah, me too. So let's go through the rest of this news. There's going to be a new event called Catalyst Cataclysm. For limited time, you can earn 3 times basic Catalyst from these events. If you want your advanced, the ABCs or your IBCs or your SBCs, there's a whole list here. You can find them, but you'll get 3 time drops on those. So that's good if you need to save those. I know when I'm building characters, there was a point where I needed ABCs really badly. So, I mean, this event will be good to save those. You always need You always need a basic catalyst for everything. So it'll be a good time to really pump it out and save these.
Especially in the beginning of your builds. you want those. You're like, just so, but luckily there's always a place to get them. So.
And then we have the Catalyst Blast, which is basically going to give us from tomorrow, August 11th, and where you're living. Some people that'll be in a few hours. Some people that's in 24 hours. I don't know. You'll get for 7 days, I believe. Or I don't know. I can't tell you how many days, but we're going to get a lot of again basic catalyst. So this is August is the month of the catalyst. Yeah. Let's put it that way.
If for some reason you still need those, you better get them now.
Black Bolt event is coming up tomorrow. Sorry, we were a bit delayed on the podcast, but it's coming up tomorrow. So today, as it's going on, if you're listening to this today, there's double drops on Loki and Hela on the campaign nodes. Our blitzes, we seem to have a lot of cool blitzes coming up. So we're gonna be getting 1 day gear blitz and gold blitz. Orange and blue gear will be featured on 1 day, gold on day 2. So we're gonna have 2 days of consecutive blitz. We're gonna have one for orange and blue gear, and one for gold. Everyone needs gold, so this is a good blitz to go for.
You damn right. I just used a bunch of gold on my second account, so I need more gold.
And then we'll be getting advanced purple gear on day 3. And at the end of the week, we're going to get crystal. So again, if you want to get ebony more, this might be a blitz that you want to go for.
Yeah, I'm lacking on those charts. So
yeah,
everything coming out is pretty much.
Even though crystal is
even
though crystal is the easiest one to farm, she's in the arena store. You still might want to pump her up. I mean, it's not hard to go for. Just go for it. That's what I say.
Yeah, I mean, everything coming out is pretty much a really helpful thing. So, I mean, unless you truly are done with a lot of your stuff, there should be no reason that you need to sit on some of this because it's going to be really helpful for everyone in the end. So, grab your shit, grab your gear.
Yep. Oh, and we also we're also getting double drop shards sometime this month for the mercenaries because payday is coming up, so another chance to get gold.
Yeah, it's the only time I get on that thing is for gold. So
yeah, exactly.
So get it done, people. Get it done.
Yep. Okay. By the way, I know I was being all conspiratorial when I said there's an asterisk next to Black Bolt, and I didn't scroll down. So before I get called out for it, the only reason there's an asterisk is that they edited the web page to include Black Bolt. Shit, what did I say? Black Bolt.
What did you say the first time?
Block Bolt.
That's awesome. That's the best thing to hear today. Yeah, I'll tell you right now, you're probably gonna have someone that like listened up to that part 100%. And they're like, "Oh, hold on, let me correct him right now. Finish the episode."
I even know who is going to do it, and I'm not going to give him a shout out for doing it. So he was added to the news because they didn't include him before publishing, so they had to just edit and republish. So that's why they put an asterisk next to it. So yeah, forget my that's why conspiracy theories are bad. People tend to cherry pick information. That's good. That's a good example of why conspiracies are bad.
That's close to why I don't look at data mines just because I wait till the official announcements. But that's just me. Right. A lot of people love that stuff, so take it as you will. Don't judge me.
The thing is, data mines are accurate. It's just that the developers add shit to the game for years. Like Coulson. Coulson was in the data mines for like a year and a half. He was in the game code for a while, and it took them a year and a half approximately. I'm not sure on the timeline, but about a year and a half to add him to the game.
Yeah.
So data mines are accurate. They just don't give you a timeline.
I'm not, and I wasn't saying like they were. I'm just more like, I just like to see when the official, like when they're like, okay, now they're gonna be here because I want to be surprised. You know, if I really wanted to look at data mines and say like, oh, this person's coming, then I might as well just go read every goddamn spoiler for a movie or a video game coming out. Like, I just don't care for data mines. I mean, I rather just wait and be excited and talk about people with it than, oh yeah, man, I saw that in a data mine like 2 years ago. It's coming out. I'm like, oh, then fuck you. Where's my excitement?
It'll eventually come out. We just don't know when, and we don't know if they'll change shit. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Because Yellow Jacket is in the game files. He's been in there since whatever, for a long time. I don't know why they haven't released Yellow Jacket. It's like they released Wasp and Ant-Man and said fuck it later, and they forgot about it.
They're probably gonna drop him as a legendary.
The Yellow Jacket. I don't know. They shouldn't. That'll be weird. But anyway, in case they do. And also, what's his face is in the data files. Red Guardian. He's in the data files. He's been there for a while too. They wanted to release him along with Black Widow and redo Black Widow, but because the Black Widow movie has been delayed until God knows when, they kind of delayed the update too.
Well, I mean, they could still release it. There's not really a reason. I mean, unless your update's gonna have spoilers, I don't know. Like, I mean, come on. I don't know. But I mean, again, like I said, that's just me. It's like I rather see things when they come out, or I don't know. I like the excitement of knowing, like, oh, someone's coming out. I mean, first, to be fair, I'm tired of toon releases, but at the same time, I'm like, oh, cool, they're putting this person in. That's cool, but I don't want him right now. But
no, I agree. Like, I generally tend to unlock a character and then leave them until I need them. I'll unlock them just because I gotta get them all. You know what I mean? I have that mentality. But I won't touch them. Like my beast, I haven't touched him. He's at like 10k, and I don't even use him anywhere. But there will be a day when I'm like, okay, now I can go for beast. I can bring him up. I unlocked Carnage like a year ago, maybe more than whenever Wars launched, and it's only yesterday or today. When did I do it? Yesterday. Yeah, yesterday is when I actually got him to gear 13. To prepare him to go to gear 14, so I can take him to Dark DD3. But see, I needed him for DD3, so I said screw it, and I took him from like gear 8 to gear 13 in like 2 weeks because I needed him. So now I'm using Carnage along with SSM. But
okay.
Yeah, I mean, I tend to do that. I will unlock it and I'll keep it there. Like, okay, cool, he's there. I don't have to worry about like not having him. And everything else after that is just time. As long as you put your effort into unlocking the character, I think, then you don't have to worry about building the character until you want to build the character.
Yeah.
So what I'm trying to say with my long-winded speech here is that you should try and have a focus when you're building your teams. Like, don't let all these new characters like distract you.
Yeah, so work on some at a time. Don't try to focus on too many at the same time, because then you're just gonna. I mean, you could get up there pretty quick in TCP, but at the same time, it's like you're gonna run out of a lot of stuff.
Right.
When you focus on too many.
Exactly. I mean, focus on long-term things as well. I mean, what I always tell new players is find your raid team. Get a good raid team. If you have a team that can take you from beginning to the final boss in a raid, that's pretty much you're pretty much 25% sorted. I know it'll become tedious and boring, and eventually you'd want to experiment. But if you have that solid backing team, you're not going to let your alliance down.
Nope.
You're going to be able to cover everything. You can have your you can have your lane changed. It doesn't matter. You don't have to stick to one. You can do whatever as long as you go from beginning to end in a raid. Once you have that sorted, everything else will come.
Yeah, and then, I mean, like, even this is really outdated. But I mean, I would always tell people, I was like, look, defenders you get instantly, pretty much, just level them up so they carry you through your first few raids before you hit old 6.
Yeah.
And by then you're already surviving in raids. You can work on other teams little by little. By the time you hit old 6, you can drop them and you can start working on another main raid team, because whatever raid team you really focus for U6 is what's going to take you to U7.
Well, it's true in a way, but U7's a different beast.
No, it is. But usually at this time with people starting now or halfway through their playtime, most of their U6 teams can carry over to U7. You definitely want to work on a specific U7 team, but most of them can take you through. I mean, some people, when I was starting the other two flocks for our Discord, a lot of them were going straight Asgardians, and I was like, if you want to work on them, you'll be fine. They'll take you through U6, and you'll be fine in U7 for a bit. So, I mean, focus some
U7,
teams.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's what I was saying. U7 is a different beast. There are nodes there that will just take you out one shot, and you won't even know why.
Oh, yeah.
Yesterday I was on
the first few nodes, you'll be okay, but after
I was
like the
on yesterday
third.
I was on the 7th or 8th node. I forgot which node. And my Ultron just got taken straight out, one shot, and I was like, "Where did he go?" And that's my Ultron.
Taking a
So I
nap.
mean, he just went out, and then he got revived, and I'm like, okay. So like, U7's a different beast, and it's better to go with the amalgam teams. I think you'll get better results than to stick to a team. So I mean,
that's what I said. I was saying a little bit ago. Like your first two nodes, you're fine with your simple U6 rate team for the most part. Once you get to that first boss node and you get past it, that's when you want to start working on your specific U7 teams. The first two nodes, though, they're nothing. Those are easy.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, but again, like we have to give different advice to different styles of play. If you're paying to play, you have a different. I will say, buy Asgardians. Go for it. If there's a starter pack for Asgardians where you can unlock all of them, go for it. If you're gonna buy it, buy something worth buying.
Yeah.
If you're free to play, I'm not going to say go for Asgardians because that's unrealistic. I mean, you have to unlock War to farm Sif. You'd have to unlock a high level. I forgot Nexus, I think, or Villains. I think Villains has Villains 7 is the one that has
for Hela.
Hela, yeah.
Yeah, it's Villains.
Villain 7, yeah.
It sure is.
7 6. Yeah, 6 node and 7. So that's not something you're gonna do as a new player very quickly. Thor's okay. Loki is in the Mystic campaign, which is also tough in its own right. Thor, you can probably farm. Well, for now, I mean, look at what they're doing. They're putting Thor into the probably going to be even harder than Nexus and Villains campaign, the new Doom campaign again. So Thor's going there. I mean, all you have left is to farm Heimdall from the arena store. And Heimdall, many will say, is probably the weakest of the Asgardians. Other than his given immunity to blind and giving everyone immunity to blind. Otherwise, it's I don't know what you'd use Heimdall for. I mean, he makes a team whole, but he's not someone. He's not the strongest, in my opinion.
No, he's just there to protect you.
Exactly. So I wouldn't tell anyone to go ask if you're going free to play. I'm not going to tell you go Asgardians. It's unrealistic.
I think we have a good topic for next episode.
We do.
General info for starting out teams. If you're just now getting to U6 or just about to get to U7, and then of course free to play versus pay to play. I think those are going to be interesting because free to play and pay to play already split the player base. So that's gonna. We should definitely save that.
All just get along.
No.
I don't see the split. I mean, there's a different style of playing. I think paying is just a speed mod because because like I told, and I'm not boasting or bragging, but I've never paid anything. I've never paid for a thing in this game, and yeah, I'm not a world breaker when it comes to TCP, but I have all the characters except Emma, and I'll get Emma when she comes out. So, and I've maxed a lot. I'm sitting above 5 million in TCP. I mean, I'm going slowly. If I started paying for the game, I don't know where I'd be sitting. Probably at like 8 million or something, or 7 million. But
it's definitely a speed because
it's a speed mod.
Yeah, I was free to mod. I was free to play for the longest time, and then I have to admit that when Red Skull came out, Taskmaster, even Beast, they had cheap stuff. I bought the characters, but I'm not buying the gear. The gear will come to me. I'll buy a character if I'm a few shards away, or if you know what I I have the stacks, you know what? I'll be like, I'm impatient. I'll spend $15, $20, whatever. But I'm not going to buy gear. That's a big thing for me. Cores and gear, I'm not going to buy. But a character, sure. But it's also the same thing for me. If a character is in the, let's say it's like always a recurring character in Blitz store or something like that, and they come up for sale, I'm not gonna buy that. Usually I won't, because I can, if it's a character that's hard to get and they come up for sale, sure. But I'll go more into what I do and don't do next time. But I think definitely we have a general basis of it's gonna break some hearts. I'm gonna say that.
Well, I think there are different classifications. I mean, for example, you get free to play, which is someone like me who would not who. I don't do it out of stubbornness, or I don't do it out of a protest. I mean, I have a little bit of an old-fashioned way of thinking. I won't go into that, but at the same time, I feel like I can do this without paying. It's more of a challenge to me personally. But I'm not going to hold that against anybody. You get people that what the community has termed minnows, who would buy new characters but nothing else. They'd unlock a new character by paying for it, but they won't go crazy on the offers. Like you, I would say that you're now classified as a minnow. You'd buy new characters, but you're not going to buy the red stars. You're not going to buy gear. You're not going to buy gold or whatever.
Yeah, no, I don't do that. So
yeah, and then you get what's classified as a whale, I think, where they'll buy a lot
everything.
more stuff. But then you get a kraken. A kraken would buy everything, every store refresh. The most famous kraken currently is that dude who beat DD3 in 2 days. That's Adano Mac.
Oh,
he joined apparently. I don't have any confirmed, but looking at his, if I just go to the power ranking, look at his PID. He's the fourth strongest player in the world right now, and his PID is pretty new, 250 million. About, yeah. So how do I say? He seemed to have bought every offer all the time. And if I had calculated correctly, he dropped about $100,000 into the game in a month.
that's just scary.
Yeah. So I mean, that's what you call a kraken. Someone will buy everything all the time. Yeah. And I wish I knew what jobs these guys did, and I hope they would get me a job with them, kind of thing. To be honest, I mean, because I'm not saying I would never spend. If I earned enough, I probably would spend, because I would be inconsequential in the bigger scheme of things. But I don't know. It's just it's cool. It's cool that they can do that, and I'm happy for them. And like, whatever gives you joy in life. We don't live here. We don't live on the planet Earth long enough.
Work to live or live to work. If you have fun with it, spend that money. So
exactly. If
there's nothing wrong with it.
If that gives you happiness, go for it. It's not something I'm going to hold against anybody. I mean, we all find happiness in different ways.
Yeah.
And if growing your TCP, how much did he do? Like 10 million in a month. That makes you happy, and if you be the first one to finish Dark Dimension because of it in 2 days, and embarrass the developers who are saying that you'll never finish this, and he did it in 2 days, that's kind of cool. So
he made a name for himself for sure.
Exactly. So it's up to you. So that's my opinion on the whole pay to play, free to play war that's going on right now. Yeah. I think it's a useless war. I don't think we should even be just like fighting about that. It's weird. But
there's a lot of useless competition that go on outside of this too. So it works out. But hey.
Yeah, I guess.
But overall, I think we hit a lot of things that are coming out soon. I hope a lot of you are getting ready for these characters, because there's going to be quite a few changes coming up.
Yeah, we might get patch day soon. And it might hopefully coincide with our podcast. If not, we might be able to do a special edition. What we could do is talk about the new patch live. Not live, but as we get the patch and downloaded and installed, discuss it. discuss what's new, what's coming.
I was just thinking like, oh man, guys, my download is at 15%. We're almost there. Well, I'll tell you what, it just hit 99%. I can't wait. I don't know.
We can do something, maybe.
We'll find something. We have a few things we want to try doing. So
we're about due. We are due for a special episode. So
I thought you said Jew for a second. I was like, wow, this changed so much. You said do, so I was like, okay, there's a D in there.
Oh wow, okay. I don't know what you accusatory.
Yeah, so I was like, why did you say Jew? I was like, where did that come from? I was like, oh, totally misheard. Miscommunication has been a bad thing for me lately, so we'll just leave it there. But yeah, I think we talked about a lot of good things. I hope y'all y'all are ready for what's coming up. Not picked up what's ready, but y'all are getting ready, getting geared towards it. Definitely the next episode should be on time. I won't be feeling terrible. So hopefully that goes through. Unless you have. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah. No, we could maybe even. Anyway, we'll talk about it. Never mind. Forget it. So carry on.
Secret stuff. But yeah. But definitely, definitely. I hope y'all enjoyed this episode 6. I forgot to say that at the beginning, but I did now. Stay tuned the next time. We're going to be talking about what we just mentioned now, and we're going over for new tangents. So I hope you'll have a good one.
Cool. Peace out.